everyone, and welcome to Austin360 Studio Sessions, brought to you by Bud Light. I'm Amy Edwards with Austin360 Radio, and today we're so excited to feature Houston's Gio Chamba. And before we get to that, just a quick reminder that as we all still work through this pandemic, the Austin American Statesman and Austin360 and Austin360 Radio are supporting our Austin community by partnering with the United Way for Greater Austin and Austin Community Foundation in All Together ATX. It's a fund designed to help the Greater Austin area with its immediate needs, and all the donations stay local. The fund has already distributed over $6 million to over 70 local nonprofit organizations. So if you want to help out and donate, please do. Just simply go to alltogetheratx.org. So now let's get to today's episode. We are so excited to welcome Houston artist Gio Chamba. It's comprised of Giovanny Alejandro and Coffeeleaf, whose sound is a Texas Chicano fusion. They're known for weaving their punk and hip hop passions with the traditional music of Gio's family's Mexican roots and Coffee's family's Columbian roots. They've played with a long list of artists, including A.B. Quintanilla, Los Cumbia Kings All-Stars, Baby Bash, and Los Lonely Boys, just to name a few. We're really excited that you guys are here today. Thank you, and I encourage everyone to stick around for a chat with you guys afterward. But first, maybe tell us what you've got first up today.
Well, the first track that we're going to be performing is called Exit Space City. It's an instrumental song. It's a little bit of a blend between our electronic influences and also our live music influences. So it's one of those kind of things that gets our imagination just bubbling, you know. So it's called Exit Space City, and it sounds like this.
I love it. I can't wait to hear it. Thanks.
What's up, everybody? We're Gio Chamba from Houston, Texas. My name is Giovanny. We got Coffeeleaf on the congas. Thank you to Austin360 for having us. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. This first one is called Exit Space City.
Chop.
Thank you. That one was called Exit Space City. This one is Sur Norte. Apuéstamente voy para el este, apuéstame que voy para el sur. Acuérdame cuando esté en el norte, avísame cuando llegues tú. Siempre me haces de esas, me dejas abandonado. Yo pongo todo en la mesa, tú me dejas plantado. Acuérdate quién te echó la manita, acuérdate quién te amó, mamacita. Recuerda, nena, cuánto yo te quiero. Recuerda, amor, cuánto yo te adoro. Acuérdame cuando esté en el norte, avísame cuando llegues tú. 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 Thank you. That one was called Sur Norte. This one right here is called Cumbia Ninja. Que te hace vacilar, te agarra por sorpresa y te pone a bailar. Te mueve la cadera, despacio, despacito. Usa sus poderes para que hagas el meneíto. No se puede ver, cabo no delito, pero si te sientas acerca poco a poquito. Con su cara tapada y su espada de sonido, trae todo al ritmo pa' poner al mundo prendido. Pero si eres tímida o tímido, es porque todavía no te has metido en el ritmo que trae este sonido. Comadre, agarra a tu querido, no tomes tanto tiempo en pensar. Recuerda que estás aquí para gozar. Libera tu cuerpo, ponte a bailar, porque el cumbia ninja te va a buscar. Aguas te va a encontrar, te va a atrapar si no vienes a gozar. Aguas te va a encontrar, te va a atrapar si no vienes a gozar. No te sientes, ponte a bailar. Viene cumbia ninja pa' ponerte a vacilar. No te sientes, ponte a bailar. Viene cumbia ninja pa' ponerte a vacilar. Aguas te va a encontrar, te va a atrapar si no vienes a gozar. te sientes, ponte a bailar. Viene cumbia ninja pa' ponerte a vacilar. No te sientes, ponte a bailar. Viene cumbia ninja pa' ponerte a vacilar. Tímida o tímido, es porque todavía no te has metido. Tiene ritmo que trae este sonido, comadre, agarra a tu querido. No tomes tanto tiempo en pensar, recuerda que estás aquí para gozar. Libera tu cuerpo, ponte a bailar, porque el cumbia ninja te va a buscar. Aguas te va a encontrar, te va a atrapar si no vienes a usar. Aguas te va a encontrar, te va a atrapar si no vienes a usar. No te sientes, ponte a bailar. Viene cumbia ninja pa' ponerte a vacilar. No te sientes, ponte a bailar. Viene cumbia ninja pa' ponerte a vacilar. Aguas te va a encontrar, te va a atrapar si no vienes a usar. Aguas te va a encontrar, te va a atrapar si no vienes a usar. No te sientes, ponte a bailar. Viene cumbia ninja pa' ponerte a vacilar. No te sientes, ponte a bailar. Viene cumbia ninja pa' ponerte a vacilar. Thank you so much, y'all. We are Gio Chamba from Houston, Texas. Giovanny and Coffeeleaf. Much love. Thank you to Austin360 for having us. And I hope you guys enjoyed our set. And I hope you guys stay healthy and safe. Much love. Thank you.
All right, so thank you guys so much. We are so happy that you could make time to play today for Austin360 Studio Sessions. So we've got Coffee, and you go by Gio, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, how are you guys, first things first, we have to discuss this, right? How are you guys holding up during COVID? And how are the musicians in your circle coping with that?
Well,
Gio.
yeah, I think it's pretty difficult, especially because you know, Coffee and I, our bread and butter is performing. We usually have like gigs lined up, you know, every weekend or so. If not like an actual concert, sometimes we'll get booked for like a private party or, you know, DJ sets and things like that. So going from playing every weekend to really not performing at all, it's kind of sad. And I think what's been really keeping us alive is recording music and finishing a lot of projects that we've been having, you know, over the years and stuff, and really just releasing music right now. That's what we've been kind of just keeping up with and keeping our minds going creatively. I think once all this is over with and we're able to do shows again, we'll have like a huge new list of songs.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, that's incredible that you're being creative. Have you developed in any ways as artists during this time that have surprised you?
Coffee, you can answer that one.
Oh yeah, definitely. You get a lot more time to focus on things for yourself, and as well as come up with things that, you know, maybe while we're really busy, we kind of tend to miss out on. But it's just nice to be able to enhance yourself with all of this time, and there's definitely a lot of that time just creating
Yeah.
creating to, you know, better yourself, and not only that, to develop content, to communicate with people and show people, you know, just what we can do creatively. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because we were thinking about, you know, you're pretty active on social media. People can find you at Gio Chamba, Giochamba, right?
Yes.
And at Coffeeleaf for you, Coffee. So yeah, I mean, have you felt more in touch with your fans, do you think? I mean, I know it's hard when you're not live, but have you felt like by creating that new content, maybe you've developed those relationships as well further?
Yeah, I think people really are reaching out because everybody needs, you know, entertainment in some sort of form, you know, and we're always going to be there to provide that. You know, we feel like it's our duty, but definitely with creating this music, putting it out there, people have already shown that they're still there, they're still connected, they're still in support, and they're hungry. People are hungry for this stuff. So yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I've also noticed a lot of new listeners too from Mexico and from other places in Latin America. The new songs that we've been putting out this year, we've been doing it through a label out there in Mexico City. So they've been really helping us expand that reach out there in Mexico. And even though we've never performed out there just yet, I feel like we're kind of, like getting everybody ready for a show out there at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome to hear, man. I'm so ready for that. I miss it so much, and I know you guys do too.
Yeah.
And when you're connecting more with culturally with like Mexico City and stuff, like, are you finding that you are consciously adding more, of your root sounds into your music, or is that just flowing for you guys?
It's a little bit more. I think it's always kind of flowed, but since we speak primarily English here in Texas, a lot of times we tend to create things in English first, and then sometimes whenever we have like a new type of song or whatever that we're thinking that we want to write for, I think sometimes like the Spanish comes out a little bit more depending on like what kind of style it is. If we're doing like a strict cumbia, then it's a little bit more leaning towards the Spanish lyric. But if we're doing a little bit more something like on the hip hop side or on the rock side or anything like that, we usually do a little bit more of English lyrics.
I know, because you describe it as Texas Chicano fusion, but you've got a little bit of everything. And I love stuff that defies a genre. Like, aren't you really drawn to that when you can't like put it in a box?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I love bands like that.
Activity, just like take it anywhere. It doesn't matter. No boundaries, none. So let's just create.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, why put rules on yourself and like rein it in like that? So you mentioned, the electronic part. Who are some of your biggest electronic influences?
Well, I think we both really like this one group down there from Peru. They're called Dengue Dengue Dengue. We actually performed with them before. Yeah, we performed with them before, and those guys are like a big influence. Only because like their music really speaks to us like on the electronic sense, but also they're adding a lot of different influences from Peru, and also a lot of like Afrobeat influences that kind of give us a little bit more of a like expand our musical mind, because they use a lot of different time signatures and things like that Western music really doesn't use. So to hear that in electronic sense, it kind of blows our minds, and it just keeps us on our toes, like, okay, what can we come up with, but yeah, I think a lot of it really comes from just the fusing of the electronic elements, like the heavy bass and the kick drum that just punches it, and then also some of the synths, a lot of synth sounds. A lot of that stuff really interests us. There's this one group that we really like as well. They're from Argentina. They're called Freakstylers, and they kind of have like a house kind of blend as well to it. And they're amazing. We both really like both of those groups.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I mean, you have to like have a common like bond over what you really love, I think, if you're gonna have. Yeah. How did you guys meet? How do you guys know each other?
Oh, wow. It's kind of a funny story, because Coffee and I just been both playing with a lot of different bands over the years, like punk and funk and all kinds of other rock bands. And we never really met each other. We had like mutual friends. One day by chance, we just like saw each other during our lunch break. We happened to be working around the same area of town, and we both went to a restaurant, and we both saw each other there, like, hey, I know you. And we just started talking. We hit it off. I invited him over to the DJ set that I had, and I'll let him tell you how that went and also what happened after that.
Well, the DJ sets were, man, jam-packed with people, so much energy, and when you're in a place like that, it just, at least for me, definitely, I'm gonna be over the top of my energy, because I'm charged by everybody there. And so that show just ended up being you know, a lot of fun for the both of us. And Gio asked me to come back for the next one, and so I did. And then, you know, I guess we both figured out that, hey, this is really cool. It's working. People are responding to this. And he invited me to perform with him for Pre-Press Summerfest. And that was an amazing, amazing show with, you know, tens of thousands of people there, you know, the biggest festival in Houston at that time. And our performance went really well. You know, there were several thousand people in attendance, and people just, man, they went crazy over it. And that really just started it all.
That photo right there, that in my background is actually from that show. It's our first show together.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
yeah, so we both performed that show together, like for the first time, an actual like live music show. And so we were both, right before the show, we're like, okay, let's go out there and just give it all. And we did it so much that for like an hour right after the set, we couldn't really breathe. We could just kept catching our breath. We're just like, oh my God, it's so hot. Did that really just happen? That was crazy, you know? And so
it was 12:30 in the afternoon. It was like this ridiculous time in the middle of the summer. And oh man.
Yeah, so right after that, we were like, what's next? You know, so it kind of just boosted our like energy, and it also, you know, in a way like our career together, because after that, you know, we just got a lot of offers left and right from a lot of different shows and festivals, and, you know, talent buyers and all kinds of things like that.
I love like organic stories like that, like when it just comes together and it feels right, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Go with it. You don't even question it. So
yeah,
so beautiful. And I also, you guys made a video, right, during the pandemic?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that one, the most recent, actually, I think we made two, but like the first one was a collaboration with a couple of other artists from Houston. One of them is Raymond A, and the other one's called CA the Don. We right before the pandemic, we actually met up to just, you know, improv and jam, and whatever happened, and we actually came up with a song on the spot, which we were supposed to film a music video, but right after all this stuff happened, we realized that we can just film our parts in our own houses, and then they all sent them to me, and then we like made then I like edited a video for a song called Katana. But the second one was actually because we were still in quarantine, and I had went to Colorado to visit some family like over there for like about like 2 weeks. So I got a bunch of footage of me out there in nature. And then whenever I got back to town, I was like, hey, Coffee, like, let's go film you playing around downtown. So I kind of put a bunch of those clips together because of the song. It's called Sur Norte. And it's actually kind of, the name itself also is like a juxtaposition, you know, between North and South. So I was thinking, okay, I'll get shots of me out there in nature, and then I'll get shots of him in the city and put them together, like blend them together, and just kind of make it make sense almost in a way, you know. And I don't know, we both had a lot of fun doing it, and like it really came out to be one of those things where like we did it just, you know, with the resources that we have and the time that we had, and just have fun with it, you know.
That's awesome. I'll have to check it out for sure. And I'm sure people can find it on your social media too, if they just go
definitely.
At Gio Chamba again. I just want to reiterate that. And anything else you want to add before we go? Maybe what's coming up, or just anything else that you want to share or touch on that I might have missed?
Coffee.
Well, Gio Chamba and are great friends with Royal Highness out of Austin. They Austin and Corpus respectively are putting together a song, and it's called Ella, and there's a music video as well that goes with it. And you can find all of our music videos on YouTube. If you just go to the Gio Chamba YouTube page, very simple, Gio Chamba, and you should be able to find all our videos there. But we do have a release coming out next Friday, Royal Highness people, and then of course many more. We're constantly just releasing music, so there's so much more, like probably way more than we think.
Yeah, actually, we've been releasing more music this year, and we will keep continuing to do it this year, more than any other previous year too. So it's kind of like we're just releasing everything this year.
Really. Oh my goodness. It's
Oh my God, get it all out and then grow as artists and just keep on keeping on, right?
Yeah, definitely.
yes.
Yeah. I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for taking the time today to be here. Thank you. People,
Thank
again,
you.
can connect with you on Instagram is probably the best one, and then watch your stuff on YouTube. Would you say that's
Yeah,
accurate?
definitely. Yeah, we're also on Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff.
Awesome. At Gio Chamba, GIOCHAMBA. So anyway, huge thanks to you guys.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have met you, and we really look forward to seeing
Likewise.
all that stuff you've been working on live here in Austin really soon. That's
Oh yeah, definitely.
We miss Austin.
Yeah, we miss it for real.
well, I just miss live music and the whole vibe and everything. So I'm really stoked that you guys have kept it up, and congrats on all that you're doing. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, thanks.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you, everyone that's watching, too, for being here today. We really, really are grateful and appreciate it. Don't forget to check out alltogetheratx.org on how you can help out our community today. All the other full episodes, too, of these studio sessions are at austin360.com/studio sessions, or you can just click on the Studio Sessions tab at the top. We'll also be playing them on Austin360 Radio, too, at austin360radio.com. Again, I'm Amy Edwards, and you've been watching Austin360 Studio Sessions, brought to you by Bud Light. Peace and love to you and yours. We'll see you next time. Thanks again to Gio Chamba. Everybody, stay safe.